Today we're going to be working with MediaTek Plus, Module 10. So the first thing we have to do is log into our MediaTek account. You should have one created by now. We're going to find the Module 10 book for accounting operations called Give a Good Account. Before we start, we're going to get ready with the files. We're going to download the Sage file for Mange Bien. We're also going to download the Sage file for Construction LMD. We won't use it in this video, but you are going to need it for the chapter. And then last but not least, we're going to download exercise 3.1, bookkeeping vouchers for Mange Bien. These are the source documents that we're going to have to enter into the Sage file once we get it going. Now that everything's downloaded, we are going to move it to our desktop. One thing with Sage 2025, if your desktop is a cloud storage, Sage is not going to work. So you'll need to create a C drive or a folder in your C drive. That's not the case here. So to begin Module 2, we're going to extract this folder. Sorry, Module 2 Accounting. So we're going to extract this compressed folder so that we have the Sage files. I sped this up. It does take a few minutes. Sage files can be a little large. Once that's done, I could have opened it there. Instead, I'm going to open the file from my desktop. And you'll see three files, the SAI, which is what opens Sage, and the SAJ, which is the folder above it. We do need to make sure that we never work with these files, change names in folders, move folders, separate them. Otherwise, the Sage file is going to stop working. So you should create a folder and restore them or extract them to that folder right from the beginning. It's going to make your life a lot easier. Once we click on the SAI file, which is the Sage logo, we are going to start opening the company. Since we're using 2025, we're going to have to upgrade. I don't want to create a backup because this company, I haven't done anything with it yet. And I have the file from CMEC if I need it, so there's no point in creating a backup. That's something we'll talk about a little bit later on. Again, the upgrade is going to take a couple minutes. CMEC was using 2021 version, I believe, and we are using 2025. So once the company starts updating, we just have to wait for Sage to do its job. And we're almost there. So the first thing we have to do is enter session date. The instructions are going to tell you that it's January 28th. It's March 4th here. Normally we don't go backwards, but in this case we are going to go backwards. So we'll go and find January 28th. It's in the instructions from exercise 3.1 in your textbook. We did get a warning saying it's not normal to go backwards. That's fine. It's the first time we open this company. So we'll get started with the right date. Once we enter a session date, Sage is going to open. So this is what Sage looks like. Right now we're in customers and sales or accounts receivable. You can see the customers. There's our session date. If we want to change it, we can do it from here. Customers and sales. We can go to suppliers and purchases or accounts payable. We have a tab for inventory and services, employees and payroll. They're all going to look fairly similar. We are going to start today with suppliers and purchases. I just wanted you to see the differences. Okay, so now that we're in suppliers and purchases, you can see we can create invoices, which is what we're going to do to get started. We will start with bookkeeping voucher number 1 from exercise 3.1. So it's a payment to Commerce Assure. We can type in Commerce Assure to find them. This was paid with a check, but we'll come back. First, we have to enter the invoice number, which is 89043. We are going to fix the date, which was January 26th, 2022. Now we need to go and fix the payment method. We did pay by check, and it was check number 33, which is right, so we don't need to adjust that. We are going to enter quantity of 1, type the description, which is business insurance for 1 year, and the price. You'll notice I have a little issue with the price when I get here. This Sage file is using French accounting, so it's using commas instead of decimals, but that's right, we'll fix that in a second. Right. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to see the account, so you can see that I'm dragging it over just to make it a little bit easier. Didn't help much. If you double click on this little icon, it's going to show you which account we're using, 5170, which is insurance. If you're not told on the source document, that's usually what you're going to use, whatever is there. Now I press Control J, which is going to give me the journal report. So this is journal number 87, and you'll see I noticed there's a problem, so I need to go back and fix it. Looking at the journal report is very important. Not only is it going to help you with how journals are done, it's also going to give you a journal number that you can write on the source document in case you need to find it later. It took me a second once I figured out that the comma was the problem. I'm going to press Control J one more time, and now I get, so it's J87. I'm debiting and crediting the right accounts for the right amount. Instead of pressing Control J, I could also click on Reports and display report. Either way is going to get you the same place. And now once I click Process, that's going to be posted. You can leave this on. I like to turn it off. I don't need a warning every time I post something. Okay. Now we are going to go to voucher number 2, which is for the municipality. Again, I'll start typing. It's going to find it for me. I press Tab, and then I got to enter the invoice number right from the source document. So it's 9978352. The date on this was January 28th. This will be paid later, so I'm going to leave it as pay later. And again, quantity 1. If I prefer not to use quantity, I could just type the final amount in the far right column. It's going to get me the same place. I prefer to put a quantity and a price and let Sage do the math. Again, the account's already picked, which is great. So next is Control J. Right, so this is journal number 88, so you'll notice it's the next journal number. My amounts are right, the accounts are right. I'm going to process. And now for a third voucher, again to the municipality. January 28th, so the invoice number is 8496257. The date on this is January 28th, so I can leave that. Again, we are going to pay this later, and then I'm going to enter the amounts. There is no description because we're entering things that we're not reselling. If we're reselling, we might have an item number that this would be connected to, but for this we don't. So we're just going to type everything in manually, and right now there aren't any taxes. Control J, again J89, so you'll see this is the next journal number. Everything's correct. We're going to process. It might also say post, which is going to be the same thing. Right, our last journal entry is to Revenue Quebec. Last transaction. It's a registration declaration of a legal person. So again, invoice number, date, payment method. This one was paid on credit. You'll notice that underneath where we're typing, we have an early payment discount or an amount for the credit card. If there is that information on the source document, you would enter it here. We didn't get a discount from Revenue Quebec. Again, there's no taxes. We are told on this one to be recorded in account 5510. So if I type 5510 and press Tab, it's going to enter the correct account. Next, we're going to Control J. Right, J90, I would write J90 right on the source document, just in case there's a problem down the road. Right, those are our 4 journal entries. Next, we can go and actually find those. So let's say we want to find an invoice. I can click Find. Because I did it, I know that the last one was J90. I'm going to look that up. If you don't know the number, if you've written it down on the source document, you can always go back and check. You'll see when I open it, when I click it, it opens that same invoice. It's marked paid and I can't edit it. Another way to do a similar thing is go to Reports, Suppliers and Purchases, and an Age Summary. This is going to show me all of my vendors. I don't really want to see a list of everyone, so I know that we worked with the municipality. When I select this, it's going to show me any balances I have owing to the municipality. We know there's 2 because we just entered them. If I click on the reference number, the source number for one of them, that again will open up the file, the invoice. Right? If I need to adjust it, I can do that differently, but we can talk about that in a later video. Right? The last step, I'm going to back this up just to make sure nothing goes wrong. So when I close it, it's going to ask me if I want to back up. I'm going to say yes. I can change the name. I'm putting today's date on it so that I know this is today's work. I'm going to browse because I need to make sure I know where this goes. So I'm going to create a new folder on my desktop. I'm going to call it Sage Backups. And then from now on, I'll always put the backup file in there. I shouldn't have to use the backup file when I'm done. It's only in case of emergencies. So tomorrow when I want to start up on this file, I would just click the Mange Bien folder, open the company, and keep working from where I left off. It'll take a minute to back up. And then once the backup's done, because I did this through exit, the file's going to close. And that's going to be it for this video.